So should we start?
Yes, I think, yeah, we can start now, Sarthak. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm kind of different kind of view now. So we have four people so far. Yeah, so good morning again. Today our main, mostly I'm going to talk about indoor gardening because this is the time you have to bring your plants indoor, all those tropical plants, those warm weather loving plants. Does anybody has anything to speak before we start something? This topic is just for the sake of topic, but we can discuss anything you want. Does anybody has any question before we start? Or do you think should we wait for a few more minutes?
Hi, Sarthak. This is Shri. My questions pertain to bringing the tulsi plants inside.
Oh, exactly. I was thinking the exact same thing. That was my first point. No, you just started it. So yeah, this is the time to get your tulsi plants inside. Last night, I also got it inside. I put it in the garage. So now you have two options. Whether you to keep it, bring it at night every day and take it outside every morning, or you just want to keep it inside. So yeah, if you want to take it out every morning, it's a chore. So you might forget, but still it's okay. Even if you forget a day, that's not a big deal. But if you don't want to do any of this lifting and moving things, then you have then another option that I will go through eventually.
Fantastic. And are you also going to touch about jasmine plants? Because that's another common plant in most Desi households, right?
Yeah, so tulsi we mostly plant in pots, so it's easier to move. But jasmine, it's difficult if you, where the jasmine plant, is it in the pot or it's in the ground?
Well, I have about 10 plants. They're all in pots and they were doing pretty well. I bought them in late summer and they were doing fine in pots.
Yeah, so if there are 10 pots, do you have space for 10 pots in the house? I don't think so.
Not inside the house, you're right.
Yeah, so the best place is to keep it at the southern facing wall, just right next to the wall, so that it stays under this. Let me move the camera to back. How do you make the camera to back?
Just press the
no, I got it. So perfect. So basically I always tell people to this overhang. This is the roof overhang, so the part that extends from the wall outside. So if you keep it something near under this overhang, it will be protected from the winter chill. And also the heat of the wall that will reflect, that will keep it slightly like a couple of degrees warmer at night. So that will help too. So the best place to keep it outside is like this wall faces south.
Okay.
And it gets the winter morning sun and all the day sun, it keeps warm. So, and it emits some of the heat at night. So just line up under this wall, near this wall and under this overhang. So at night it will be protected by the overhang as well as the warmth from the wall.
Got it.
Now, have a darker color of the wall. The south side wall, you can make it darker color. It doesn't need to be white.
Got it. For that reason, because it can absorb more heat?
Yes, it can absorb more heat and it can emit the heat at night.
Got it.
The dark colors always, the absorption coefficient of dark colors are always high and they also emit high. But white color, they doesn't absorb much of the heat and they doesn't emit much of the heat, but they don't have. So south facing wall, make it a darker color.
Okay, perfect. Now,
particularly
I do
here.
not have, I do have like a covered porch in the south side of the house. So if I
good.
bring them in to the porch, then, they may not get direct sunlight and it should be okay, right?
It should be okay. Yeah, the growth will be stunted, but that's okay. So I keep all this plant and all these seedlings near this wall. My bees are also here, my honeybees. They are all,
Brilliant.
so this is a premium place, and the same place I have my moringa. I have the moringa, the drumstick, and the curry leaves. Everything is all the premium plants, the tropical plants are this side, on the south facing side.
Got it. Perfect.
And if you don't have this kind of arrangement, or the south facing or even an apartment, then it's the best thing is to bring it inside and keep it inside for the winter. I mean, if you want to move, like I said, during the day, that's good. If you don't want to move, you have some other problem, then you can get some lights. Let me show you some of these grow lights. Coming inside now.
If you keep them against the south wall, do you do anything for frost warning nights? I mean, do you still kind of...
I don't. Hold on, let me go back there. I do another thing, basically. So I have this aloe vera plant, and aloe vera plant, it is a desert plant. It doesn't do good at all in the cold climate. So if you have a piece of glass, see, this is a piece of glass. Do you see this glass?
Yes.
Yeah. So this gives an extra protection layer. So this is the aloe vera plant inside the glass.
Oh, great idea, Sarthak.
So you have, yeah. So you don't have to buy the glass. If you can find out a bathroom, like the bathroom, the bathtub. In the bathtub there are some sliders. There are some big glass with the sliders. Okay. If you can find, because people throw them out after a couple of years. If somebody remodeling or doing something, they throw those out, right? So I collect those glasses, and I have a couple of those glasses already with my at my house. So let me show you. What happened to this door? I have to go to the other side to open it. Somehow it door locked. Okay, so you understood, right? What I mean?
Yes.
Those big glasses. Yeah. So you can lean the glass against the wall at an angle, and you can keep your things inside that. Inside, like this is run. I don't think you can see. So just like I have kept it hidden like this.
Okay. Brilliant.
So it gets the extra heat.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Now, if people do not have a glass, would plastic, like a PVC transparent sheet work instead?
Yeah, that will work too. But it is difficult to, you have to put a piece of plastic, then you have to put some wooden stakes, and then you have to put the plastic over that. So because it is flexible, right? It can just, and it's good that plastic doesn't touch the leaves.
Yeah.
If it touches the leaves, then that part will be get burned. The cold burned basically.
Right. That's true.
So there is another way actually I was thinking. So those packing plastic. Let me show you what I mean. Basically, if you don't have to spend a lot of money for a greenhouse, you can have some cheaper greenhouse alternative. Let me show you what I'm meaning. So there are some this wrapping plastic, not the thin cling film kind, but it is a little thicker. They use it for the packaging. So let me show you that. That's a good way to protect. Yeah, do you know what is this?
Like a cling wrap?
Yeah, like a cling wrap, but it's a packaging cling wrap.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, it is thicker. It is thicker and it is wider.
And you pick it up in Home Depot? Is that where you got it?
Yes. I bought it from Home Depot.
Okay.
See, like this.
Okay,
so,
brilliant.
Yeah, what you have to do, you have to put 4 stakes. and make them sturdy so that they won't collapse, and put something so that it will prevent collapsing, and then wrap this, make a square shaped area or something, then wrap this cling wrap around that thing, and then you can keep it inside.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, so that will also save it from the wind and the chill, and then put something on the top. You can put the same cling wrap, or you can leave the top open also. If the all sides are closed, then you can narrow down the top like a igloo kind of thing, or a pyramid kind of thing, and that will work too.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay.
Yeah, and this costs like, I think, $10-15 something, not much. And it has a whole lot. It has a whole lot. It has like maybe 200-300 yards of plastic cling wrap.
Wow. Okay. But you know, is frost dangerous in the side or on the top of the plant?
Everything is dangerous.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, the wind chill factor comes from the side. The frost doesn't happen every day, but wind chill is every day.
That is
so
true.
This will protect it from the side, and we can put, I mean, if you narrow it down towards the top, that does it, right?
Yeah.
Like it has shape like a pyramid.
Correct. Yeah.
And leave something. Yeah.
So I had a question. You actually mentioned in one of the texts that, especially for the moringa plant, right? You said you make a shawl-like thing out of jute bags or like old rice bags, and then wrap it around the neck of the plant. I thought that was a great idea.
The trunk. Yeah, the trunk.
Okay.
Just trunk, like a bandage, like we bandage.
Yeah. I thought
just wrap it around the trunk. Yeah.
Okay.
So
perfect.
Yeah, and if you want to keep it ever for inside, so these are the grow lights I was talking. You don't have to. If you're too lazy to take it outside, then this is also one way. So these grow lights are basically they don't have the green part in the light. So they just blue and red spectrum. So they look purple.
Oh, where'd you get that?
Oh, Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, and they last for years. So I will move my tulsi plant here. These plants are always here inside the home. Yeah, just the green plants. So I'm too lazy to take them outside every day. So they just keep here, and they're doing good. I mean, they're not as great as our sunlight. I mean, the tulsi plant cannot survive forever, but for the winter, it's good enough.
Do you leave the lights on all day?
No. Yeah, that's right. So I have a timer connected to this, and the timer switches it on at 6 o'clock and switches it off 6 p.m. in the evening. So yeah, and free electricity like solar. So as long as the sun is shining, you have free electricity. You can use it however you want.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, indoor gardening is also related to solar also. You better have solar this year. The discount was 26%. Next year will be the Fed rebate will be 22%, and from 2022 it will be 0. So better go for. I'm a very big proponent of solar energy. So this is my outside solar inverter, and you know, right, how it works.
You can actually tell us a little about that. That would be helpful.
Okay, so this is the meter you are seeing. Can you see the reading going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so see, this is minus 1.13. Now it is exporting power. This is the voltage 244 volt. Let us go through the whole cycle. It is readable. Can you readable in the screen?
It's a little hazy.
Okay, so let me.
Yeah.
Is it now?
A little better.
Can everybody read it?
Yes, I can read.
Yeah. So it cycles through. So it is the reading now 291 whatever. Now it is minus 1. So it is exporting 1 kilowatt power. Now it is the voltage in phase 1, voltage in phase 2. So whenever it exports power, it will tell you that it is exporting. So now even though we are using things at home, like the induction heater and many things, still we are exporting around 1 kilowatt outside. So this is the excess power that is going to the grid. So during the daytime, you have a lot of free power, so you can use it for plants and anything. So this is the PG utility grid, so utility meter, and then this is the inverter. The inverter shows how much it is generating at this point. So see, it's generating 1.1659 watt, and we are exporting like 1.1 kilowatt at this time. So we are kind of using 500 watt inside the home. So that's how different people have different kind of meter, but yeah, this meter shows if you are consuming, then it shows positive. If you are exporting, it shows negative. So okay, let's going back to our main topic. So that's one thing, to have these grow lights. And then what I have specially done for my indoor thing is, let me show you. So because in winter you don't have many flowering plants outside, so this is one way to get your bedroom or any room little green. So this is the bed. This is the bed headboard, and then this is the window. So there's a little space between this headboard and the window. So this is the window. What do you call that? That thing that just adjacent to the window. So here, what I have done, yeah, windowsill. So I was looking for where to put some new plants. Then I found this is a nice place to put some new plants. Then I bought these black thing from Home Depot. This is not very wide, and this kind of 3 feet long. So they have 2 feet long, 3 feet long, and then I got some plants. So this is a better leaf plant. And I don't put soil directly into this thing, into this the pot. I make smaller pots and then I put it in here.
Sarthak, so the only thing about having plants in the bedroom is that at night these plants emit carbon dioxide. So I was told, except for banyan tree, there's nothing else that's kind of going to be putting out oxygen. So is that safe?
Okay, so yeah, many people has this thing. Okay, so think about human, right? Human has a moving heart all the time. Human has a moving lungs. Human has a moving electrical signal between them. Tell me, how many moving things are in the plants? Is there any moving plant in the plants? Moving part in the plants? No. There are absolutely nothing moving parts in the plants. So why do we need oxygen? Because all these moving thing that runs all through our body. So that's why we need a lot of oxygen. I mean, still the need goes down at night, but still there are some, because your heart doesn't stop, your lung doesn't stop. They are the most thing that will consume energy. And for energy, you have to burn glucose and oxygen, carbon dioxide, whatever. So plant doesn't have any of those things. Only the cell needs to live. So it likes a bare little energy. So although
no, Sarthak, right? Hold on. So I think plants do have xylem and phloem, right? So they have the tubes that kind of transport water from the roots to the shoots. So they do have some amount of dynamic activity going on.
They don't have any moving parts.
I mean, how does water get transported from the roots to the tips of the leaves? It's through the phloem, right? The xylem and phloem. Yeah. They have like blood vessel-like structures.
Yes. But has anybody ever shown you a video of something moving?
No, I mean, it's scientifically proven.
Yeah, but have you seen, it is proven, but is any scientific says that, okay, this thing moves in this speed? No, there is absolutely no moving parts. The xylem and flow conducts this liquid not only because of the plant's action, it is also the properties of water. It's both. And there is absolutely no moving part in a plant that needs a lot of energy to move itself. The xylem and phloem, whatever they conduct due to both the properties of water, properties of the liquid, and also there's something, but you cannot call it moving. It starts to move during when the energy falls, and then the chromata or the chlorophyll, whatever, they open, and all those things happen during the sunlight when there is extra energy. But when the plant is sleeping, it's literally not doing anything. It's not even conducting anything, very little. So yes, it will emit some carbon dioxide, but it will minuscule. You cannot measure it. And the thought saying only banyan, I don't really believe that. Nothing is proven. All plants behave the same. If the plant is not producing anything, it's not doing anything basically. At night, I mean, do you know anybody who got killed by having plants in a room and sleeping at night? You must have heard many people gets killed because of a fireplace, right? A kerosene or a gas fireplace at night. Have you heard? Has this thing ever happened in Earth that people got killed because of the plants in a room?
No, that's
No.
true.
So it is totally a false belief. Totally, 100%. You cannot kill yourself if you keep all the plants. Try, somebody. Fill a room with plants and sleep there at night. If he dies in the morning, then that will be a big news. So don't worry about it at all. Totally not. That is a total false belief. Yes, they emit every living thing to sustain their life. They would need some oxygen, but it is so minuscule, then you would rather die by your husband's exhale rather than the plant.
Okay. All right. Great point. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, and the folklore, the people say that only banyan believes. No, totally not. 100% false. Every plant behaves the same at night. I mean, there is some difference, but more or less, every plants behave the same.
Thank you so much, Sarthak. I appreciate the clarity.
Yeah, don't worry at all about it. So okay, so if you want to put plants in the bedrooms, the only problem is the light. So you must have a light. You must have a big window like this facing towards the east or west or south. South is the best direction. But even though you will have all the light, still I really love this cyclamen. So this is a cyclamen plant. You can see I got it from Home Depot, Costco. This makes a beautiful bedroom. I mean, if you have this kind of plants and you can have all the color, just one color cyclamen all around, it looks so nice. I had some old pictures. So this has already been like this thing is already like 2-3 years old. Initially, I was spending a lot of money for these different. Every winter, I buy like 8 or 10 cyclamen, but because lack of sunlight, slowly they start to fade color. So this is not as pink or as red when I bought it. Right?
Yeah, so, it looks very pretty.
Yeah, it looks slightly pale here. The color has changed, but still, it looks pretty.
Yeah, and I think it's also a very good mood booster, right? If people are having depression, just having these plants in the bedroom will cheer them up. You're right.
Yes, and the plants were hanging above your head when you will feel like you're sleeping in a park or somewhere.
Yeah.
So you can have somebody saying something. Okay, so make sure when you buy, they have places for making holes so that it can get excess water out. So these were the shiny thing that were marked to make holes. So I actually sealed it. You have to seal it, otherwise it might leak water. So just put some extra glue or something so that will be permanently blocked. So some of those are there. And if you want to have green plants like this is Erica palm, then these are I don't know the name, but this is also from Home Depot, and this is that flower, red flower that gets a leafy kind of, I don't remember the name. So this is a plant I bought from Walmart from long time back, like I think 3 years back. It's still doing good. Other lots of flower. And this is another, I don't know, mother-in-law tongue or whatever they call it. So you can have all different kinds of. So we get flowers also. So this has flower, and this has some little purplish kind of flower. So it looks good. I really liked it. I started with an experiment, and this is the better leaf plant I got from somebody. What is her name? I'm forgetting.
Beetle leaf.
Yeah. No. I got it from one of our team member. So I think bitter leaf will need bigger space. So I don't know where I have to move it. But for this winter, it will stay here. So when you keep plants, you have to keep rotating them once in a while. Everything that points toward the sunny side, you just turn it around, and next week and the next week turn it around. Say they grow in balanced way.
And how often do you turn them around? Maybe once a week?
Come on, there is no rule. Once a week, once a month, once a year. Do not turn them around at all. So my farming is easy going. I don't have any particular rule, or there is no farm thing. Just if you want to do. If you don't do, don't do. Whenever I see a plant is leaning too much towards the window, I think, okay, let's turn it over. So that's. And watering is not much, once a week, not more than that, because at home, inside the home, um, basically the evaporation is not much. And there is one thing you have to consider: just use the potting soil. Do not mix any garden soil to it, because the potting soil is matured and it wouldn't have any bug larvae or bug egg. If you mix it with the garden soil, then you are going to goof off. You might see earthworm. I mean, no harm. Even if you see earthworm, they would stay content in there. But just for your knowledge, I'm telling you, not to mix it up with other regular soil.
Yeah, thank you. That would creep me out.
And don't put anything that will see this potting soil or their matured soil. They won't rot further, but don't put anything that will rot. That doesn't. It's not decomposed that is not fully decomposed, because it might decompose and it might emit little smell. You don't worry that much for the smell. Anyway, your attached bathroom is more smelly than this thing. But just for your knowledge.
Awesome.
And then this is some few more plants. They don't care about that much light. So this is the money plants. Whether you have money or not, you can have the money plants. They love inside the home. Don't need
Who
much.
Who said money didn't grow on plants, right?
But I always think if these money plants were edible, but somehow then it would be. I am more interested for edible plants rather than this plant. But unfortunately, these are not edible at all. These might be poisonous also. So that's why I got the plant, the better leaf. So I will remove one of these and put a better leaf. But these two plants, these two money plants, they are bought by my wife and did let me to know. But I'm thinking. And also,
hey, Sarthak,
I think
while we are on the edible plants, right? I did see that my curry leaf plant was actually yielding a lot of seeds.
Take it off.
I did, but then I tried to plant them all. This happened just like about the last week of October. In the month of October itself, I saw so many seeds come out from my curry plants, So I tried to plant it, and none of them, kind of seemed to sprout.
True.
So that was kind of disappointing. I don't know if the timing was right or
no. So let me. So yeah, that's all I had to speak about this indoor thing. So and okay, let's go back to the curry leaves and the seeds. Okay, so you said you had tons of leaves. I had even full of seeds. There are so many seeds around. I mean, I tried the same, but I also failed. And you will realize by seeing the ground how many leaves have been everywhere. So do you see the black spots? They are around everywhere. So I also tried to plant them 3 years back, like 2-3 years back, but no, I couldn't sprout any of them. So then I thought, okay, let it spread around the plant and let them grow. Probably naturally, these are tropical plants, right? They have to get into they should dry, then wet, then dry, then wet, then dry, then wet, then dry. Then if that kind of process will go for some time, then they will probably sprout. Because their cell is very hard, I think they need some time and some of that kind of swelling and shrinking thing to get it weak enough for the plants to sprout it up. That's what my belief. I haven't done it yet. A couple of years, if I see them sprouting, then probably I would know that I was right.
Okay, got it. So we just have to wait and watch.
Yeah, that's the only way. I don't think. If you have I haven't tried a that plant warming mat, that hot mat. I was thinking I haven't bought that thing yet. I was thinking probably I buy one of those and try to sprout them with that. So I was talking about these doors here.
That's a good tip. What did you say about the plant warming mat? Where do you get them and how do you use them?
So basically, that's a long strip of plastic covered, like you buy it for your waist and leg pen and this pen, that pen, right? So you wrap it around your body and it makes you warm. So
yeah,
that will be a similar one, just a black. That will be similar, just a black color and slightly long. So you basically put some dirt on an aluminum tray and put that on that mat.
Okay.
So you can have aluminum tray and have the plant planter with in the planter with I can show you with a tiny glass kind of things, right? So yeah, either put a aluminum tray or you can buy this kind of planter with. You can buy also this kind of planter, and then you can have all these kind of things, right? And then you just put it and keep it like that. So
Sarthak, I think your Wi-Fi signal is Sarthak, your Wi-Fi signal is very weak.
Yeah.
So you're fading in and out.
Oh yeah, because I went very far. Okay, so I started my data on. So could you able to see the tray that I wrote?
It's a little garbled, but at least your audio is a little garbled.
Okay, can you see now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so are you able to see the tray that I showed, the black plastic tray? Yes, no.
Yes, okay, I can. Yeah, thank you for checking. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah. So this kind of just put the whole tray on the plastic mat and switch it on. So it will make it warm. It will keep it warm, and that's how it should work. And these are the used plastic, the pots from cost. I mean the saplings you buy from store.
So you put it at the base of the tray, and then you put the soil on top of that. Is that how it works?
No. Don't dip it inside the tray. Just keep it on the ground, and then first make a tray, put your seed, whatever in it, and then put it on that mat. So do not soil the mat.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Thanks
so soil the mat will be totally, yeah.
Okay.
So I told you also about the window, the bathroom thing, right? That you can use for. So these are the. Do you need now? Can you see this?
Yes. Yes, you have like many of them, right?
So basically, I did this. I have collected them from here and there. So these are my chili pepper plants. So in winter they need protection. So I basically give me a minute. Yeah. So I leaned it against the chili pepper plant. So now they are inside this glass piece, and this glass is free. I got it. Somebody was it was during the Santa Clara, they have a annual cleanup. So at the time people throw these things, and also when people are remodeling they throw these things. So I just put it like that. That's it.
Oh, very nice. Very nice repurposing.
And this plant, this chili pepper, this is 8 years old. This still produces.
Oh wow!
We never let it dry. Yeah, we never let it die because with these glass pieces of glass. And also initial year when this thing was not so big, this moringa wasn't so big. I used to cover this moringa also with this thing, but now it is too big, so it cannot be covered with that. I have another way. I have a plastic sheet that I will put it from that rooftop, and it will overhang, and it will cover part of it up to this high. So I have a few more also pieces of glass. So I will get it and put it. Just save this tree. So that's how they have been surviving for the last so many years. This is not so old. This is like 3 years old, but this one is really old. I mean, all our green chili, all our dry chili, everything comes out of it. So it is now kind of frail now. It's not as great producing, but this has been the only thing.
Wow.
So that's a good repurpose. So now that's the this thing dropped today. First orange, not so sweet. It will take a while. These are navel orange, Washington navel orange. Slowly they are starting to turn orange. I don't know. Orange is the name of a fruit or the name of the color. So do you know? Do anybody know? Orange is the name of the fruit or the color?
It could be both, because in Spanish it's naranja.
In Spanish, what?
It's naranja.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. And what else? Any question?
Sarthak, regarding this orange, that plant, we have one plant, but its leaves are like it's affected by something like.
Okay. I totally understood what you are saying. Let me show you what you are saying. So this is, you are saying this. See, yeah. If you are saying this thing, right? The
it's kind
curly leaf problem.
Yeah, it's kind of shrinking most of the leaf parts.
Yes. Curly leaf problem. So that was the big plant. I have a small plant I planted this year, and that has the curly leaf problem too. It is a regular problem of these plants. Let me show you the other small plant that I. Okay, this is the other plant. When I bought it was so nice, green, and leaf were so great. Now the new leaf came out. All of them had this curly leaf problem. So there is two ways to deal with it. Don't do anything. It's a plant. Eventually they will recover itself. If it is in a sunny place and it's getting good water, well, good enough. Don't worry about it. And the other way, the second way, which is difficult, then read through internet. It's some kind of virus or something, or fungicide. You have to. I wouldn't prefer the second way. I just let it be like that. If it's getting good water and sun and everything, then just leave it.
Okay. Yeah.
So those who are commercial growers, they will take care of it. But for the one plant, you will spend like 30-40 bucks for buying the fungicidal or whatever. They might work, they might not work.
Okay.
So, and the best I can do is I just spray those ant spray into this. I was thinking yesterday, let's spray some that those ant spray, and let's see what it does, because sometimes that works also.
Okay.
Yeah. So even though the oranges are orange, still they are not so sweet yet. It will take some time to become sweet. I think by Jan, the more you let it stay in the plant, the more it will become sweeter. And you must have heard about many of these the winter planting. They say, okay, plant this thing from 2 weeks before the first frost, or things like that, right? Do you read about that? Or 2 weeks before the last frost, or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. So but unfortunately, we didn't have any session at the time, so that I could have pointed you out to, okay, this is the time to sow. It was actually late October. Late October is the time when it is like 2 or 3 weeks before the first frost, and our first frost just went off right in the last 2 weeks ago, when it suddenly one day it become like 35 degree. So that was our first frost, expecting during mid-November. This year it's a little slightly early. So when they say planted at 2 weeks before the first frost, then calculate like November 15 is your first frost. So this is our winter garden, winter leafy vegetables. These are spinach, and then slightly far, these are methi. So we planted it in late October. We sowed it in late October, and then we have to water it like a month. And now it doesn't need any water. I mean, the water from the sky that will do it. So this is the time. Now it is slightly late to sow seed. Now it will take a long time to sprout, but your best time is the late October. That is time when you sow for your winter crop. So we unfortunately missed any of the sessions, so I couldn't point you out, and I forgot to put a note in this thing. But just remember it for next year. But you can do it now also. We haven't. We'll eventually, these are our tomato and all these plants. You must have seen any of earlier meetings. So I have to remove these today. All these things I'll remove today, and then sow this thing methi, or most of these places wherever I will find space. I just sow it and leave it, don't water. So whenever it rains, it will just grow. So methi, you know, right? You can. I think actually you can have another session someday on how to preserve these vegetables for long-term use. So all vegetables are a different way for preservation. Like methi can be preserved like it's a different way. You can dry it also. You can use it, the dry methi. And we cultivate in the winter methi all around the garden, and then we preserve it for the whole year use. We dry it also and preserve it, freeze it. But
that's very nice, Sarthak. That would actually be very helpful to have a session on that. Thanks.
Yeah, because freezing, every vegetable has a different way of freezing. Everything is not same, and if you don't freeze it right away, I mean, then you cannot. It just gets spoiled. So we can have some other session on it, and if anybody else has also some experience in preserving, because when we were young, we were growing up in villages, also in Indian villages. You know, we had been seeing this preserving technique from so long. So not just I do it here, but in the olden time also, when there were no refrigerator, there was nothing, we are still preserving. So how many people know that we used to preserve the brinjal, the eggplant, we are drying, whose family have been drying and preserving it for later use. Anybody?
I wasn't aware.
Okay. In the villages, we used to dry eggplant and preserve it. Tomato, you must have known about tomato. You can dry tomato and preserve it also. I mean, in the old time when there were no fridge in India. Yeah, we are doing that.
So what
Mango,
I do
everybody
is I
knows
just
mango.
puree. What I do is if I get excess tomatoes, I just puree it and I freeze it in small batches in Ziploc bags,
Yeah.
But if anybody else has a better way, I can really use some tips.
No, we'll have a different session because it's going to drag long. It has different ways for different things. We have tried because we have been doing this gardening from like so many years, and then we saw that initially we were just distributing the plants and vegetable access to others, but then later we realized that not a great idea. I mean, we can save some for ourselves also. So first we load up our refrigerator, then we start to sell or distribute. So we can have another session on that, so other people can also join and have their
great
ideas. Yeah, anything else? So see, this is only because these plants are still doing so great because they are in the south facing side, and you can see how the bright winter sun is keeping them warm. And I used to keep my bees in that side, and they didn't do good. Then I moved it to this side, and they are so happy. And one of our member was willing to do honeybee farming. Is he in this meeting by any chance? Okay, no, probably. So we have like 10 more minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, you can drag it as long as you want. So because from 10 to 12, I usually ask people to come to buy. I still have some sugar canes left. So some people might show up after 10. So that's my time from 10 to 12, whoever wants to come and buy things. These days only sugar cane are there, nothing much.
Where do you live,
but
Sarthak?
if you have any, it's 403 Easter Avenue, Milpitas, near library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and
not very near library, but
honey?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, I think I probably left a note in this group that I was extracting honey. I extracted honey last week. Some. So year around, I have always honey. So don't worry about that. I will run out or anything. If I run out, I have you can see I have 6 boxes. So each box takes 1 year for the bees for fill it up and mature. So every 2 months, in an average, I have to extract 1 box. So it's not like that. Whenever I run out of honey, I just extract. Then it lasts for some time. Then I run out. Then I extract. This is how the whole year goes on.
Oh, very nice. Excellent.
Yeah. So anytime I don't put in Craigslist because I run out of my stock. The friends, family, group, chat, this, that, the office, those people take me from. So let me know if anybody interested.
Sure.
Whole
I'll
year
just
along, I have
private message you and then get details. Thank you.
Yeah. We used to sell $6 a pound up to last harvest from 2013. We never increased our price, but this time I had to increase the price to $750 a pound. So if you come with your own bottle, I can fill it up. Buy at least 2 pounds, and if you don't have a bottle, we have packaged bottle. So 1.5 pound is like $12, and 2.5 pound is $20 bottle. So there you can come anytime and pick. But if you have your own bottle, then it needs my time to fill it up. So that is slightly time constant. So either you leave it the bottle or come during the office hours so I can fill it up. And
thank you.
It's always there. So nothing to be worried. You can pick. And basically, if you are okay with Walmart or Costco honey, good enough, go ahead with that. But if you have any kind of allergy problem, if you are really interested for the local honey only, then try for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a physician, and I really like local grown honey, especially for people with seasonal allergies, because it's a great way to sensitize you to the proteins from from the local flowers and plants.
Yeah. So because I have a limited supply, and that's why I told people, if you are good with Costco or Walmart honey, good enough. So if you need specifically this thing, then only get it from me.
Can you also say what's the difference between Manuka honey and your honey? I mean, Manuka, I know, comes from New Zealand. But they have some medicinal numbers like 10 plus, 20 plus, 30 plus and stuff. So the higher the number, the more medicinal grade the honey becomes. So have you noticed any kind of quality with your own honey comparable to Manuka?
Okay, the honey has basically two or three things. Honey is the sugar syrup or whatever that comes from the plant, and then it has pollen. Okay, so pollen is not really visible to eye. It stays within the mixed up with the honey. So basically, the allergy remedy, the honey is the reason is the mixed pollen with it. Also, there are some glue, some wooden stuff in the honey. So these are these things. So I don't have researched about Manuka honey, but if they are saying some 10 plus something, so they must be grading it with something. I don't know what that thing is. Is it the percentage of impurity in it? Is it, I don't know. So yeah, but it's a good thing. I will research it on. And no, I haven't consumed Manuka honey, so I am not really ready to say anything.
All right. Thank you so much for offering to look it up. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. So basically, honey is graded. I think there is one research lab somewhere in Europe. They are the centralized research lab for the honey research and the honey specimen. And the way the honey thing works is they basically look under a microscope regarding the pollen. Then whenever the pollen identifies from where the honey came from, which it was in which kind of area, because every plant has different pollen, and our scientist knows they can identify plant from the pollen. So if you can show them the honey, if you send them a specimen of honey, they can tell you from where this honey come from.
Wow.
But only if the honey still has pollen. But what these days, basically the store-bought honey, they don't crystallize as bad as my backyard produced honey, because they get all the pollens out of the honey. They filter it, they ultra filter it, and they get the pollen out of the honey. So once they remove all the pollen from the honey, then the research lab cannot tell with conformity that this honey comes from where. Then they have to depend upon other parameters like the specific gravity or I don't know much, but they were not very accurate. So I mean, there is a whole lot of things for honey. We can have one more session for honey, just for the honey. And there was a episode in Comcast regarding honey. Has anyone watched that?
No, I've not.
Yeah, in that they explained this Walmart honey. Basically, that is not honey. They taste like honey, but those are not honey.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so those honey come from China. These are imported honey from China, and there are a couple of things. There are many things regarding that. It's not possible to cover it in one of this talk, so we can have it another day. But what I believe is our body doesn't distinguish anything between either honey or the sugar. Both are processed the same way. Only thing makes the difference is the pollen and the impurities added into the honey by the bees. And the store-bought honey, even if they are made out of pure honey, but still they purify it, they totally filter them out, because that increases the usability of the honey. It makes it more, the difference between high fructose corn syrup and the honey, and the sugar water. Sugar water crystallizes. Sugar water crystallizes. It doesn't have a good consistency. If you put it in a Coke, the sugar tend to stay in the bottom. But high fructose corn syrup is very consistent. It is so similarly. Our home produced honey has the impurities. It is not very usability point of view. It's not good for. It turns black, right? So, but the store bought honey doesn't have. They can stay like that forever, and they stay consistent. They do not. So see the commercial use, like you buy apple, right, from the store. They are shiny. They look so red, so shiny, right? But when you have apple tree yourself, you know the difference.
That's true.
Yeah. So the commercialization of thing and the real thing are two different things. So
yeah, because I think the commercial honey is processed, right? It's thoroughly processed and there's more added.
Especially Walmart. Yes, especially the Walmart honey. I don't think that is a honey at all.
Agreed.
That just tastes like honey. But if you don't need the pollen, you are okay, right? Doesn't make any difference. Your body will process it in the same way anyway. So if you are just eating honey for the sake of honey, for the taste and for the flavor, go ahead. No difference. Whether it is corn syrup or whether it is rice syrup or whether it is honey, it's the same thing. The difference makes only if you have allergies and you have these secondary problems. So yeah, that's my belief. People might differ, but.
So Sarthak, I think it's close to our ending time. So my last question is, could you just conclude on how to take care of tulsi? I think we didn't complete that last.
Let me go to the tulsi plant. So, remove it. So basically, keep it, if you can, keep it in the south-facing wall, cover a glass, that kind of glass. That is one way. The second way is bring it inside, move it outside every day. That's one way. If you forget a couple of days, that's fine. The third way is keep it under a grow light inside the home, keep it ever. So that's another way. But no matter what, you have to bring it inside or it will die. Even if you keep it inside, still it will die, but it will at least be there until Jan, Feb. Eventually it will die. If you leave it outside, it will die immediately in next a month. When the next frost will come, it will be dead. So
one last question about tulsi, Sarthak, is, you have those seeds, right? So when do you plant the seeds for the next growing season?
Okay. So no matter when you plant, it will grow in June only. So yeah. So if you want to have it sprout earlier, then you have to have a heat mat, or you have to put it in a greenhouse. That's the only way that can make it grow. If you want just depend upon sun and sunlight, then no matter when you plant it, it will just stay idle in the soil and it will sprout in June. But you can do it. But there is not much time for grow when it sprout in June, July. So yeah, either heat mat or the artificial means to sprout it, or buy from the store. So we had been doing it from store for so many years, but last year we couldn't. So we had to get it from Indian Cash and Carry, and it became a good plant. So I'll just take it inside today, and I don't have a grow light, or I'll just keep it near the TV where the grow lights are, and let's see how they do. Yeah, so we'll say spend $15 every year. In India, right? You must have all our houses they have like this thick, big tulsi plant. The trunk is so big that you can actually make tulsi mala out of it, right? Sometimes they big like this big, right?
Yeah.
But here you can see how tiny. It's difficult to make them thicker than that, and eventually they will die also. Yeah, that's it. Anybody? Any question? So you can see my bhindi, my okra. This year they produce a lot. I mean, I cannot say how lot. I mean, we sold so much, then we preserved so much, we ate so much, we distributed so much, a whole lot. We had produced so many. Some of the plants are already gone. I have been removing them one by one. But when the plants were there, this was almost a jungle, and you were actually get hidden inside the. You can see this is one plant. So we might have produced like more than 200 pounds, maybe altogether, or maybe more.
Wow, that's a bumper crop.
Yeah, that's a big bumper crop. Yeah, so it was all filled up with. So every plant is like thick, like very thick. So even this one, this is not the thickest one, but you can see how thick they are. Anything else?
Do you think it will survive? Do you think your okra will survive this winter?
No, not at all, not at all. They are 100% annual only. 100% annual. Then there are some bean. If this year the frost came a little early, so they were expected to produce one more crop, but I don't know. Probably they will still produce one more crop. And for this, this is growing good. I didn't expect this to grow so huge on dragon fruits, but they are growing big. So you can see the fruit, right? So.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were talking about jasmine, right? So I have the jasmine here. So this is the west-facing wall, and this is also under the overhang. I have kept my jasmines here. So do you see them?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, I had a gardenia. Gardenia died. I don't know why. It died. It not because of it just died. So my two jasmine, and
have you heard of Brahma Kamalam?
There is nothing called Brahma Kamalan in here. They are just this Japanese, the Chinese. What is that? They're kind of a cactus. Just the decorative Chinese cactus. The name Brahma Kamala is a wrong name. I don't know why people started calling it Brahma Kamala. The actual Brahma Kamala that grows in Himalaya, that is highly humid and cold. You cannot have it here. It's not so pretty. It's not attractive. It's just like a grass. What you are thinking Brahma Kamala is actually a Chinese orchid. It's a cactus orchid.
Oh, okay. And so it just blooms once a year, right?
Yeah, that is just like this dragon fruit, right? Why would you plant that cactus? Plant dragon fruit, you get a fruit also. They are small. Wow. They grow inside home, and just take it just like this. Just take up one leaf and put it in soil. That will grow. It will happily. And most of these bloom once a year. Cactus, any cactus doesn't bloom all through the year. They just bloom once in summer, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you move them inside, or do they survive the winter outside?
They survive the winter inside, outside.
They do. Okay, wonderful. Good to know that.
I don't really like when people call it Brahma Kamala. It's an insult to the actual Brahma Kamala.
Thanks for clarifying that. I wish I'd spoken to you earlier before I bought
it. That's a Chinese orchid cactus. Just take it, twig and plant it. That's it. it has been, the name has been so popular that you can find Brahma Kamala in Wikipedia also. It gives that, but it also gives you the actual Brahma Kamala, which is from the Himalayas.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, I really hate people adding the name of God Brahma to a Chinese orchid. it unnecessarily increases its importance. I really don't like that. So they say its origin is from the South America, but eventually it got adopted by Chinese, and it's basically a Chinese indoor orchid cactus. And in the latest update, in the latest updates, I moved. I don't know whether I showed you or not. I made a big aviary. So I moved my chicken here. It was a small, it was a small coop. This was a small old coop. So this is decommissioned now, and I moved all of them. Actually, this coop was there initially, but then I moved this big aviary so that there are different compartments, different rooms for every different kind of birds. So these are my
your chickens.
Yeah, the hens here. So
wow. So you have free range eggs then?
In winter, everything slows down. So they don't grow. They don't lay a lot of eggs. We do sell, but you cannot keep a lot of chicken in the city. You can have only 6. So, and winter they also don't lay as much eggs. So it's difficult to say yes for extra eggs at this time.
Okay.
So I am my one died, so they become 5. Then I thought, let's get some more chicks.
Yeah,
so
very nice arrangement.
Yeah, there are now 4 chicks I have got. So when eventually I will have 9, even though it is against the law, local guideline. But still, okay, who cares?
Very nice.
So this is a part for the bigger ones, and then this is a small part. This is small separation for the younger chicks. You can't keep them together. The old one, they will bite. They will pack these ones.
Very good setup.
And this is for them. They have plumbing. They have water, automated system. So, and then there is. Let's see if they have laid any eggs. So you see there. Yeah, there are 2.
Wow.
Oh, how cute.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are 2. So
wow.
Yeah, I started. This is this help. I mean, this working from home is a blessing for me. So when they said in March 11 was the last office, they said now working from home to unlimited time. Then I said, okay, this is a good time to start building my new coop. I'd always wanted to. So
you built it on your own, Sarthak?
Oh yeah.
Nice effort. Very good effort.
Yeah. So this is another. This is 3rd room. This I am making it for the quails. I will try to raise quails here. And this quail doesn't need a lot of space. If you don't keep chicken, if you are in an apartment or something, you can keep quail. So these cells, I will stack them 2-3 quail coop. And then this whole open area, I was thinking to keep some big birds. Like I offered somebody, if you have a parakeet or something, then I can keep them here for whatever time if you want. So this is a what do you call? This is a basically a place where kids can also not room. This is a roof. What do you call that?
Like an attic.
The ceiling. Attic, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is attic. So my son wanted to have an attic, so I made this. The
Are you going to keep some chickens or something in there?
No. This is for either pigeon or big birds or kids.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because there's a ladder you have to climb on. You cannot keep other birds that needs feed because you have to transport the feed off, right? So I was thinking to keep some pigeons here, so I would left this thing open yet so that I can have the special door built for pigeons here. But people are different. My people's our people in our family, they have different opinions regarding pigeons. Some people hate pigeons. Some people wants to keep parakeet. Some people wants to play. So the consensus is not in a single thing. So that's why nothing is done. And also it takes time for me to build things.
Awesome, Sarthak. Thank you so much for your time today. I really learned a lot. I mean, from gardening to beekeeping to having a coop at home. You're so talented, and I really appreciate you being so graceful and sharing all your talent and your energy with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarthak, for your today's conversation.
Yeah, no, thanks. I like the participant because unless there's a participant, where would I even talk? So thank you to them for giving me opportunity to get all these things.
Stay blessed, and I hope to come over and pick up some honey from you.
What is this? Can somebody tell what is this? Sitafal.
Sitafal, yeah. Custard
apple. Cherry moya.
Hey, is it cherry moya?
Yeah, it is cherry moya.
Yeah. My nurse got it for me and it tastes delicious,
Yeah, so I see only one. Some might be on the high up. I cannot reach there, but when they grow up, then it's even slowly they show up their presence. Now they are so small, and viewers, what is this? And then I showed another thing. What is this?
This is an orange.
Yeah, this is orange, but it's a mandarin. It's not. It's actually cuties. But cuties, somehow these cuties this year they didn't fruit a lot. The plant doesn't have a lot of fruits, so they grow big. This should be actually half of the size, but this way, because there are less fruits, they become double they are cuties. I bought this plant in Costco 8 years back. Seedless.
Oh, wow. Did it take this long to actually fruit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, see, there are two things. They will fruit immediately, but if you let them grow first, then fruit, it's better for you in long term.
Oh, okay.
So you shouldn't let young plants bear fruit. Even if they bear, then you have to take it off. So no, and it has been fruiting for the last 4 years. So don't worry.
How do you do that? How do you prevent them from fruiting?
Oh, pick the flowers.
Oh, okay. Simple. Okay, got it. Got it.
And can you say what is this?
Oh, this is that famous fall fruit, right? Persimmon.
Yeah, persimmon. Yeah, they're huge. This year we had got huge persimmon. Each one is like weighs a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can log off anybody who wants to.
It's a banana tree.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the banana flowered and fruit right in the onset of winter. So I don't know how good it will grow. If it were happened during, let's say, at least in September, then it would have a good time to grow up. But now, with the winter coming up, I don't think they can grow fat.
Hey, do they sprout back up on their own in spring, or do you have to replant bananas?
No. It will sprout back.
Oh, okay. So good. That's lovely to know.
If it is in a planter, take it inside.
Okay. No, but I think
also
down.
Yeah, and also plant it near the south facing side, the premium side.
Yeah. I've done it on the south side, but I doubt it's gonna make it in winter.
I didn't make it in winter. My tree died.
Can you tell what is this?
This is raspberry.
Raspberry.
Yeah. You don't get many fruits at this time. Their peak time is summer, but sometimes you do. So it's a delicious treat in the morning.
How big is your lot, Sarthak? You have a very nice garden.
Yeah. Very nice space.
The lot is not big. Lot is only 8,000 square feet. But the arrangement is important. The way you design the things, which will go which side. that is important, and we see. I think we did a good job in that. So
yeah,
it has everything.
you are good with this.
Yeah, even a trampoline in that, and there's cherry plant, and unfortunately, one of my this guava tree broke on the windy day a few days ago. It
So
has a
do
lot
you
of
have
fruits.
guava on that?
Yeah. I had see the weight made it to see.
Wow.
But this, I don't think they will survive because there is a very tiny frail thing still connected to that. When one that thing is off, then this is going to break off. So actually, the fruits, the weight of the fruit made it see these are huge fruits. And because this branch was high up, I couldn't judge its weight. Otherwise, I would have. Most of my plants are tied all around so that to prevent it from breaking. But there are lots of fruit in here, so it is a big loss. There are like lots and lots of fruits in this branch that made it to break. So sad. But whatever it is. Yeah.
All right, Sarthak. Lovely talking to you, and hope to see you again
sometime
soon.
next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happy weekend.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.